I met Jamsie Tiernan in the Blue Lagoon, just outside Sligo town, in the mid-70s. We were playing a gig there with the what we call the Alive and Kicking band. Two drummers, Noel and Davey and Danny Bongos, unbelievable percussionists, Jody on guitar, Pat Farrell, late John Brady on bass. Great days. He was easy to spot. He was the smallest guy in the place. He was standing in the front. I noticed he had a bit of old stoop on his back. And then when the gig was over, I noticed that his hands didn't, his arms didn't, his shoulders didn't spread out properly, and one of his legs was a bit shorter than the other. I had this old jacket, and he said to me, "That's a good looking jacket you have there." I said, "Well, you can have it." So I gave him the jacket, and that was the start of a lifelong friendship which went on till he died in February of 91. But one of my great memories of him is when I took him over to the Mean Fiddler in Harlesden, and he got out on stage and he had his sunglasses on. He's only about 4 feet tall the most. He's only about 4 stone or whatever. And he'd have to kind of cradle the microphone in his arms. He couldn't hold it. Had his old sunglasses on. He sang me, Bobby McGee. Once he got to the chorus, like he tore the place down. You know. And when I was lying out in the grass, out in the field, with Clarence the donkey pulling out of me, and that kind of lying there, you know, no air coming in, no air going out, and I was sticking my fingers down my throat, trying to the way of the warrior, trying to lift myself, you know. Jamsie, he arrived, he looked different. His old stoop was gone, and his palms were, you know, facing me, like out towards me. His arms were spread out in a way I'd never seen them before. And he looked about the same height as myself. Both of his legs were the same size, and he had an old West Ham scarf on. And over that he had his Sligo Rovers scarf. And he was looking at me with that same look on his face that I used to have on my face when I was looking at him, asking him to do something. So he just had his palms, his hands facing me, and he just kind of made that sort of gesture about, "Come on, it's time to get up. It's time to get up." I met Pierce Phelan for the first time in a place called the Country Club, Haverstock Hill, over in London. Myself, Gary Moore, and Noel, it was 1970. We were rehearsing, the loudest band ever, one of the loudest bands in the world, never mind one of the loudest bands ever to come out of Ireland. So we stopped, it was just getting the sound check. And I heard this voice coming from the corner with a little stammering, "Hello, Bruce, would you mind signing this album for me? I won it in a competition in the Spotlight magazine." So I looked over in the corner, there's a lad sitting in a wheelchair. I go over, he says, "My name is Pierce Phelan. I'm from Ireland. I'm originally from Slieve in Kilkenny, but I'm over here to trying to be a watchmaker." She said, I'm your biggest fan. I seen you for the first time in '68, and I was talking to you, but you probably don't remember." I said, yeah. So anyway, he stayed for the night, and he got as drunk as a skunk, like he was twisted. And I got him into a taxi. And fair play to the taxi driver, he actually tied Pierce's wheelchair onto the back of the taxi. But when they pulled off, then the wheelchair fell off the back of the taxi. So I took her in, and I was minding her. I was minding it for him in the Country Club. He came back about an hour later. Fair play to the taxi driver. They didn't know where the wheelchair was after falling off the back of the taxi, so they had to drive slowly back and see what. And then he came back to the club, and there I was with the wheelchair. But again, this turned out to be a lifelong friendship, and he was my pal, one of my best pals, till he died 93 there, November, same year as Noel died, same year John died. It was a bad old year for me. But when Pierce went back to Ireland, he met this lovely girl from Galway, Vera. They got married. 2 kids. Daniel and Wayne. And when I was lying on the grass there, I was able to tell out in the field with the donkey pulling at me. Not trying to do anything. I couldn't do anything with me. Fingers down my throat. Sorry, but the way the warrior. Jamsie turned up on one side. And Pierce, he turned up on the other side. And Pierce, I've never seen him out of the wheelchair because his legs never really worked. But there he was standing in front of me. He looked about 5'10", 5'11". Looked exactly like his son Wayne. Good looking, rangy, sort of wordy, James Stewart, Gary Cooper type. Had his beard on. His hands were, palms of his hands were facing towards me. Same as Jamsie. And he's making that same kind of gesture. Looking at me with that same look on his face that I used to have when I was looking at Pierce. And he made just thought, come on, Bruce. It's time to get up. I don't know how, but Jamsie and Pierce, they got me up. I don't know how I got over the fence, but I got over the fence. Those 2 guardian angels, they got me back to the house. About 20, 30, 40, 50 yards away, I don't know. And they got me over the fence, I don't know. They got me in. But they knew, I wasn't meant to go that night. But I seen the boys the way I always wanted to see them. Jamsie, he's about 5'7", same height as myself, looking great, legs look terrific. Still gone. His arms working properly, big smile on his face. West Ham scarf, Sligo Rovers. And Pierce looking really terrific, standing up there. Not a bother him. They're the boys. They're the boys that got me home. They're the boys that kept me going. So, this is what, it's not really an experience unless you experience it. I can honestly say I had a near-death experience. And what I've seen, whether I imagined it or not, is irrelevant because I seen what I wanted to see. And by doing that, I felt so good that the boys got me up, got me back to the house. And here I am, still enjoying the crack, still enjoying life. This is me, Brendan Brush Shiels, a brush with life.